Hello and welcome to the third part already of our little garage makeover or detailing garage build series, where we're redoing this garage. It was a storefront before with the previous owner of this house, and it's going to be a nice little detailing garage. Before we get there, there's a lot of work ahead. Let me show you the list. We've already removed the flooring, we placed the garage door, and we put up some lights, which are working very well, as you can see now. Today we had the people over who were going to do the floor, so they measured everything and we chose the samples which we want. So it's going to be a trowel floor that has been set, but there's still some work for us to do before we can get that floor. I also ordered paint today, so that's on its way. And one of the things that will be the next challenge is fixing a water barrier and a nice transition from the outdoors to the garage floor, and especially the new garage floor. So let's get you up to speed on that. It's still a bit too early for the new car reveal, right? So this is the main thing that we are working with. The garage flooring is going to come up to here, and this is also where the garage door lands. It's basically on this gray area is where the garage door currently closes. So this is a water barrier at this moment. It's like 2 centimeters higher than the rest. So water can get up to it, but not over it into the garage. Now, because the storefront was here before, as you can see by the foam insulation that they sprayed, this has to be removed, and this basically has to be placed backwards, more to the inside, with in line with the garage door, so that the garage door closes on it and that the water can run off to the outside. And that's going to be the next challenge. I think we're going to do it ourselves. So I already took out this stone here. Now this is a very dense stone. That's what they use here for these types of things. But I want to do it a little bit thinner, but with concrete mixed in there as well. So it's just natural stone, very solid. So we're going to take those out, take this layer out, the first row, and then we have to find something of this type of stone, and that can fit from here until here, preferably. And I've been looking into that for the past hour and a half and it's been challenging, but I think we found a solution. So let me run you through that. The floor guy also requested that we are like 1.5 centimeters up from the current flooring, or they can't with the trowel floor guarantee the product if we run cars on the edge of the new flooring, because it's not designed for that. The corner is not strong enough for that. So we really want something like this that can take the load, and then we can transfer onto the new floor, and then it's fine. So basically this, just placed more inwards and with a solution for everything in between. So what we are looking for is a stone that has about 4 centimeters or with less than 2 inches of a straight piece, and then gradually slopes down to a bit less thickness to create that water barrier. Water barrier can be straight, but it can also gradually slope down. And I think also keeping in mind that cars have to drive over it, a gradual slope will be easiest to work with. So for that, because there wasn't a ready-made product to be bought. I created a little mock-up in Blender to give me all the dimensions that I need and proper angles and everything that I needed to put in on the website to order the stone. And this is what the final product should look like. A nice slab with a thicker surface with a flat top, gradually sloping down to the thinner part. And now for the small price of about 500 euros, we should have a nice custom natural stone delivered at our doorstep in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully in time to get everything ready for the flooring. So there's one more little addition. The flooring guy was here today, measured everything and so on and so on. The installation date will be the week of June 30th. So that's in about a month. It's 28th of May now. And we have to paint the walls before they do the flooring and the whole room. And we have to make sure that flooring solution down there with the water barrier stuff is done and dry and set so they can start working on it. Otherwise, we might have some issues and delays and so on, which I don't want because I'm really anxious and looking forward to have a proper garage to work in. So tight timelines, but we'll see if we'll manage. We will. I think, should be fine. Next item that we are going to tackle are the windows. And we're going to place this lovely window film on it. So we get a bit more diffuse light and less distractions from the outside. So that will be a nicer light to work with and a lot cleaner look when we're making videos in here. First of all, we'll start by cleaning the windows. So in this bottle over here, this is my glass cleaner that I use for the cars. We have the Koch-Chemie Glass Star. So we'll use that to clean the windows first. I have a few tools that I use when applying these types of foils. And this is a scraper. It looks worse than it is. It's oxidized because I use in the spray bottle there's vinegar and water, like 50-50. And I use that to really clean the windows. And I'm going to scrape them with this, what is it? It's from the Stanley knives. So we're going to scrape the windows with a blade so we know that there's nothing on them. I also have my other supplies here. This is some type of gel or soap type of stuff that you get with window foils. Some gloves, some scrapers, some squeegees, and I also should have some knives here. Like the window tinting knives. I have it in a nice little box altogether, so I can grab it whenever I need it. But let's start off with scraping the windows and making sure they're clean. For the window film, we're only going to go to about 75 centimeters. So that's this height. It should be almost where the handle stops. But therefore, I'm not going to scrape the whole window. I'll only do the bottom part where we're going to apply the foil. You can probably hear the blade catching. That's where there's still debris on the window. So that's what we're trying to get off. And of course you have to be a bit careful not to mash the blade into the rubbers of the window. And as you can see here, there's a little bit of space where the plastic hits the window and the blade isn't touching the rubber yet. So next to the audible signs, you can also see if it's cleaner or not, or if you're moving debris around. Let's take a clean cloth, see what we've got. There's still some black streaks on there. That's everything that we've just removed from the sides and the windows. But these creases are always the worst because all the debris gets trapped in them. So you really have to clean those. So I'll continue cleaning both of the windows and you can enjoy a nice time lapse. So for this next step, placing the window film onto the window, we need a couple of things. I like some painter's tape, something to measure, the soapy stuff that you can buy or get with the window foil to apply it to the window. It's to spray on the window and then squeegee out between the window and the sticky coating. This is not a static film that will cling to by static to the window. This is really with adhesive and it will stick to the window. And now we need a sharp knife. So normally you would break off a new piece, but this is a new knife. I know that for sure because I recently placed some other foils throughout the house. So yeah. And then we have our window foil. Two of the same size in here. And I'll start off by measuring where we want our film to stop. And it should be 75 centimeters from the window sill. I don't know what you call it. But where the glass ends. So we'll place it up there. And that's fine. So this inner corner is at 75 centimeters. When they tape this together, you want to peel the tape off the edge and not towards the edge, because then you might peel the layer off from the window foil off the bottom layer. It's protecting the adhesive at this moment. But you want to watch how you hold it and not create too many creases in the foil, because that will also affect the end result. So now that we have it approximately where we want it, we can cut a piece off that is easier to manage. Now the reason why I put this tape here is that we can now lift this up. We can then spray the bottom and the window, or we can just let it down and work it in with a squeegee. And that's going to be the next step. Make sure you have the spray bottle, a cloth for wiping everything down afterwards. We don't need the knife for now, and a squeegee to work everything in. And this is quite, how do you call it, time sensitive when you place it on the window, because you don't want the soapy water to dry in between. And you also have to be careful now that no debris or stuff sticks to this. So don't get it on your clothes or something else. That won't be a good day. And everywhere where you touch it, you might get creases or so on. So far, I hate it. Doesn't look good at all. There are a lot of creases on the top here, where it's snapped on itself or got a little bit too tight of a crease. This is by far the worst window film in the house at this moment. All the other ones look nice, but of course, when you're recording, you get better content when things go wrong. Now, except for all of these points and creases on the top, it looks fine. So that's a good thing. But yeah, maybe we'll keep this one just as a reminder that not everything has to be perfect all the time, but I'm not sure. We'll see. And we'll see how the second one goes, of course. But for now, I'm not really happy with it, but it doesn't always work out as expected, of course. Now, I'm going to keep this one as a guide to clamp it and give it an extra hard crease against the rubber, because on the inside of these windows there's a black rubber and I don't want to cut that. And this is just a tougher squeegee. So we'll tuck the edges and then cut it. Now the nice thing about these black rubbers is that you can push them in a bit and just have a little bit of room for a nice clean connection with the foil. And just let it glide to the other side. And we have a nice clean finish. And apparently here still is a little bit of debris that got below it. So we can try to work that out very carefully. So on this one, I'm very happy with how the edges came out, just not those streaks where the foil applied onto itself. These creases that got into it. So we'll see what we'll do with that and how noticeable they will be. So that's the first window done for now, and we'll move on to the second one. I'll do that one in time lapse again, so you don't have to wait for that. Alright, so here we have it. Both the windows have the foil applied with some minor imperfections, but as is with everything in life, it's a learning process. If I just asked for help for a couple of minutes of somebody for extra pair of hands, it would probably have been flawless. But that's how it goes. We'll live with it for now and we'll see what happens. For now, we'll leave them be. I'm gonna see how much they'll annoy me. During the last 3 years of my life, I went through a lot, also a burnout, and I really learned that you don't have to sweat all those little details. And what annoys me now, I'll probably forget in a couple of days, and I won't even be annoyed by it or be reminded of it. Although when it's in the windows and there's white creases, I don't know how that will go, but we'll see. But I set a rule for myself, 80%, and then it's fine. And that's what also keeps me going with making videos. I can edit and weeks on end on the same video, but that doesn't get me creating videos, which in the end is a lot more important than over editing every single frame or clip or whatever. But it's a little bit more in depth. But for now, we'll leave it. We'll cross it off the list. Let's do that over here. So windows can be crossed off, and let's take a final look at the results from where we started and ended up, because this is going to be the end of part 3 already of this series. I don't want to make the episodes too long. I want to make them as enjoyable as possible and not have people sit for their screen for the whole day. So short parts, we'll get there eventually. And for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked this video. Let me know in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see the future parts of this series or of any of my future content. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Have a very nice day, and I hope to see you in the next one.